Hi, my name is Luke Nasworthy. I'm presenting on the role of emergency management and planning and mitigating climate change and sea level rise. For us to understand this issue, we need to see how rapid is the sea rise. And according to the NOAA, sea levels are actually going to rise 12 inches, according to their predictions, or about 0.3 meters from 2000 to 2100. That averages to about 0.12 inches per year. But as you can see, according to these observations and the predictions from the NOAA, dependent on how we use our greenhouse gases, whether we keep on using them at a high rate or a lower rate. That's actually a pretty low estimate because it could go all the way to the extreme of 2.5 meters or about 8 feet. Looking at some of the consequences is that coastal communities will be devastated, including 40% of the United States that lives on these coastlines, on the East Coast, the West Coast, the Southeast, the Gulf Coast. A lot of communities will be very heavily affected. And also, nuisance flooding has gone up 300 and 900% according to the NOAA from 50 years ago because of the higher sea levels and the intensity of hurricanes doing higher amounts of damage due to higher storm surge and increased flash flooding. So if we look at a map that I have brought here, so this is an interactive map from climatecentral.org that shows communities that'll be below water level based on their predictions by year 2030. We see 2040, and then we can go all the way up to and see the very high extreme of 2100. You can see so much, including, as you can see, some of these Caribbean islands, as well as a lot of the Gulf Coast, as well as the East Coast of Florida, are highly in danger of this rapidly sea level rise. You can see this also in major communities such as San Francisco Bay Area. You can see all these communities will be under from 0 to 2 feet all the way up to over a dozen feet within the next 100 years. But what preparations can we make? California has already kind of started this process. They've been kind of ahead of the game. So they have a 3-step process of protecting, building barriers, both soft and hard to make sure water doesn't reach property. That's kind of more the mitigation. Another example of the preparation is accommodating by any new development in these danger zones or even current developments will be rising, moving the foundations, just making sure they won't be in potential danger. And then as a last resort, a lot of people have been forced to possibly relocate away from these coastal areas and away from the danger of the flooding. So that, and then lastly, what can emergency management provide? They need to be aware of who is in danger, as there's massive communities that are in danger. And as you can see, local, state, and federal governments need to work really well together and take this issue seriously to make sure citizens are prepared and they are ready for whatever comes next 100 years. And looking at climate change as a whole, sea level rise is just one of several issues that come with this. Weather patterns will be changing. Snowstorms, hurricanes, typhoons will be increasing in intensity probably, as well as the obtaining of fossil fuels is dangerous extremely to wildlife, as you can see from this video that I found from Twitter. You can see that a pipeline ruptured from an oil rig that you'll see later in the video, causing literally the Gulf of Mexico to be on fire.